Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a morning prenatal yoga flow. So this is great for anybody really. If you want a nice gentle morning practice, this will be a great practice for you. But everything is modified for the pregnant body. Having a big pregnant belly is a challenge in yoga because a lot of the poses are compressing the belly area or laying on the belly area. So you will need your mat, a big bolster, and a blanket to complete this practice. So please go ahead and grab your props, get yourself situated, maybe have a cup of coffee or tea, light some incense or a candle, and let's get started. All right, friends, let's go ahead and begin. So first we're gonna find an easy seat on our mat. Your hips should be elevated by your bolster under you, and then you should place a blanket in front of you to kind of pad your knees as we go. So we're gonna start at our easy seat. Hands on the knees, close the eyes, just start to grow tall through the spine. Just start to quiet your mind and bring yourself to this practice. Really fill the whole torso up with air when you're inhaling, and then emptying out the air on your exhales. Feeling the belly expand and contract with each breath. Good. Start to gently tuck your chin to your chest, stretching the back of the neck. And then roll the head over to the right side, all the way back and around, kind of like you're drawing a circle in the sky. Keep moving, really showing these neck muscles some love. Really every part of your body is changing when you're in pregnancy. You might feel different aches and pains in different spots that you've never felt before, so it's important to take care of all parts of the body here. Find one more big circle of the neck. Good. And then grow tall, start to flutter your eyes open. Now we're gonna do a nice little pelvic area stretch. So you're gonna come off to one side using your hands. You might wanna rock back and around. Both hands frame this front knee. And then your back leg's gonna come forward. And you're gonna kind of sit back onto that left foot. So your left knee is bent. You're kind of trying to guide your pelvis backwards. You're using your hands to support you here and this other leg. And you want to make lots of space for your belly. You can also bring your right hand to the right thigh to open up for the belly if that feels better. Good, and then just start to sit back onto your bolster. Find your easy seat again, kind of reset. Take a breath in and out. Good, and moving to the other side, rocking back and around. Left leg comes out, hands frame the front knee. You're kind of compressing that leg, sitting on to that right foot. And just breathing, making plenty of space in the front for your belly. Depends on where your pregnancy's at. If this at any time feels uncomfortable, please just come back to an easy seat. Good, and then sit back onto your bolster. Nice and slow, growing tall through the spine. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Do that again with an audible exhale, inhaling and exhale. Good. Now we're gonna come to a butterfly pose. So palms of the feet are together, knees are wide. We still have our bolster under our hips. And I usually like to bring my hands to my knees just to kind of support them and keep my spine nice and long. Really rooting through the sit bones here, feeling that pelvic bowl connect with the bolster. And you might be a little bit more flexible than I am, and your knees could go down, and you might be able to put your hands off to the side or to the belly and really relax here. I just like the hands on the knees as like an extra support because my hips are pretty tight. Maybe closing your eyes here and finding your breath. Good. Start to bring the knees together. And then we're going to find a wide child's pose. So you're going to bring your bolster to the top of the mat. Roll onto one side. If you are very late in your pregnancy, you might want to roll all the way down. And then use your arms to kind of push yourself up. So bolster in the front. I like to bring my blankets back to my mat for my knees, a little extra added cushion. So pregnancy, child's pose looks a little different. Your knees are as wide as is comfortable for you. Your big toes do not have to touch. I'm going to bring my knees to my blanket as a little added support. A lot of us might be inflamed or just holding more fluid than usual. So I put the bolster up here just to give us extra room for our belly, right? So something like this might feel really nice. Hands on the bolster, arms extended above head. Knees nice and wide. It might be wider than you think they need to be. Keep going with your knees, your knee width, until it feels nice and comfortable. You might have to adjust your bolster as well. Just close the eyes and breathe. Relaxing the hips down, shoulders release. Good. Start to kind of push yourself up and come to all fours, knees wide. We're going to do an adapted pigeon pose. So what that looks like, we're going to put our right knee forward towards the bolster. You might have to push the bolster up a little bit. Both hands come to the bolster. And this knee is going to go pretty wide. We want space right here for our belly. And then the back knee can come back as long as you're comfortable with that. You can stay at kind of a 90-90. Depending on how your hip feels, or you can lengthen a little bit more through that back hip flexor. Again, you might have to scooch that right leg a little bit out towards this back wall, towards the right side of your mat to give yourself room. And then you can either stay up high with the arms, or you can kind of float down depending on how this is feeling. You just breathe and release. Each exhale, kind of relaxing the hips down further. If at any time you're not feeling comfortable, please ease off and find an easy seat. Good. Start to kind of push yourself up with your hands. Both hands come to the mat. Left knee comes forward. Right knee goes back. Find a nice wide-legged tabletop. Then we're going to move to the other side. So left knee goes forward and wide like that. And then back leg comes back as comfortable as you can find. And both elbows, forearms come to the bolster. Again, you can't stay up high, just focus on kind of dropping your hips. Or you can come down to the forearms, whichever variation feels better in your body. Please listen to your body here. And just slowing the breath, really expanding through the torso, relaxing the hips and the shoulders down on each exhale. Good. Begin to kind of press your hands into the mat and push yourself up. Right knee comes forward, left knee comes back. Find that wide-legged tabletop. Now we're going to find a straddle pose. So I'm going to bring my bolster back to the center of my mat. My blanket in front of it, it's just extra padding. Good. We're going to find a straddle here. So hips come to the bolster, legs go wide. As wide as is comfortable, that might be right here for you. It might even be right here. Just kind of listen to your hips here. You do need to make sure there's space for your belly, but we're not going to be folding forward here, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. More focusing on what your hips are feeling and which distance feels better for the hips today. Again, each day might be different. Some days you can go whew, and other days you might be pretty close together. So taking a deep breath in, and then audibly exhaling. Good, relaxing the shoulders down the spine, growing tall through the crown of the head. We're just kind of focusing on this gentle hip opener and growing tall through our hips. Hands can come wherever is comfortable. Some people like to just bring them on the belly and breathe. Or just on the thighs. Somewhere where you're touching your body usually feels very grounding and peaceful. Good. Now we're going to do a little upper body stretch while we're in our straddle legs. So arms go out to the side. And then you're simply just going to bring your left arm in front of you and hook the right arm kind of around the forearm or the elbow. Relaxing this left shoulder to kind of get deeper into those tissues. Your shoulders might be feeling particularly tense. You're holding a lot of weight on the front of your body. Your breasts may be getting larger, which can cause more tension. So you've got to take care of those shoulders, the chest. Good, release the arms out wide, moving to the other side. Right arm crosses the chest, hooking that left elbow on the right arm, relaxing the right shoulder down. You might feel this in your core. You might be like, oh, feeling a little bit of core work, that's good. Gotta grow that core, hold that pelvic floor together. Staying nice and strong and tall through the spine here. Good, release. Both arms go out to the side. Kind of push your arms to the back of the room as you puff your chest forward, drop your head. No need to go crazy with this, very subtle. And then relax the arms down. Good. If you like, you can kind of find a forward fold. Hands come to the shins. Just to get a little deeper into those hips. But it kind of depends on where you're at in your pregnancy. So listen to your body here. Good, and then start to kind of rise up. Bring both legs in front of you. Kind of either find a butterfly, palms of the feet, but wide. I'm going to do this one, palms of the feet on the mat, knees bent, but wide to give space for my belly. Hands are going to come behind you, and you're just going to kind of puff your chest up to the sky. Maybe drop your head back. I'm a little too close to the wall to drop my head back, but I'm gonna actually scoot forward. There we go. And drop my head back. And kind of shrug the shoulders up to the ears as you drop your head back. And we can do a nice self-massage here. So your trapezoids are those big meaty muscles around your neck that you're probably feeling with the back of your head. And they get pretty tense, particularly when you have a lot of strain on your shoulders, which happens a lot in pregnancy. So we're gonna drop our head over to the right, massaging that muscle, and then back over to the left. Kind of like you're scooping the muscle with the head. And one more little swing of the head left to right. Good. And then we're gonna bring the knees a little bit closer and kind of use your hands on one side to push yourself up and find that easy seat again. Good. Palms on the knees, grow tall through the spine. Deep breath in and exhale. Taking a moment to breathe. Good. And now we're going to make our way to our back. So moving the props off, again, rolling back into one side to push yourself up. You're gonna want your bolster and your blanket still. I'm actually gonna fold my blanket and place it under where I'm putting my head. Just to give my head a little extra padding. Good. Palms of the feet are on the mat, knees are nice and wide, kind of like that child's pose, as wide as you need to go to make yourself comfortable. Hands come to the belly. Just take a deep breath in, and then exhale, relax the hips. Kind of touching your belly, touching the area where your sweet little baby is holding itself, where it's making its home, where it's growing. And just breathing. Maybe sending your baby some love and some encouragement as it keeps growing in the womb. Again, finding those deep belly breaths, really filling the torso full of air, and then exhaling. Good. Find one more deep breath in. And then we're going to release to our Shavasana pose. So usually I encourage my pregnant students to place the bolster under their knees. And you can kind of relax the knees to the side, find a reclined butterfly, or your legs can be straight, whichever one feels better for your hips today. Hands can come to the belly if you really enjoyed that meditation of sending your baby some love, breathing into the belly. You can keep your hands on the belly, or if it was just more comfortable, that works too. Or let the arms straight to the side. And just start to close the eyes. And feeling the energy of the breath move in and out of the body. filling the torso and the belly full of positive, light energy. Maybe even feeling a warmth in the torso and the belly. Just simply breathing here, focusing on the breath. Good, and then just releasing the breath. No need to think about it, force it. It's just letting it go to its natural rhythm. And we'll do a short body scan, and then I'll leave you to the rest of your Shavasana. So each part of I'll say different parts of the body, and you just need to focus on that part of the body and relax it. So starting with the toes, relaxing the toes. And then the ankles, release. The calves, relax into the mat. Your kneecaps, soften. Your thighs, release. The hips, relax. The belly is soft and calm. The heart space is open. The shoulders relax. The arms are weightless. The hands are soft. Your throat is open. Your jaw relaxes, unclenches. Your cheeks soften. Your eyelids are weightless. The brow unfurrows. The forehead relaxes. And finally, the entire body releases to the mat as you enjoy your Shavasana. You can stay here for as long as you like, but your practice is now complete. Thank you so much for joining me in this prenatal wake-up flow.
I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you, thank you.